Greetings, YouTube. This is Shake. I am making this video. As you can see, I'm on the official NCFM website, National, which stands for National Coalition for Men. As you all know, it's a men's rights organization based in San Diego, California. And if you go to the website, there are a list of issues pertaining to men's rights that you can see. One of them being criminal sentencing. And today, not today, I mean right now, the topic of this video is exactly that. Discussing the issue of criminal sentencing and how women are given more favorable sentences as compared to men for the same crime. So, in the criminal system, there is and does exist a sentencing gap, which is going to be the topic of this video. And these are basically, like, as you can see, that these are 4 tabs here, and each of them is an article. This one being a PDF file, not even an article, that discusses the subject matter. Female sex offenders protected by the criminal justice system. Well, what do you know? Female sex offenders receive lighter sentences for the same crimes than males, says a study recently published in Feminist Criminology, Essays Journal, and the official journal of the Division on Women and Crime of the American Society of Criminology. It appears, now going over here, it appears as if the criminal justice system actually treats women more leniently than men, wrote Randa Ambry and Philip M. Lyons, Jr., authors of the study. Let's see. Anyways, I mean, for those of you who are interested in reading the rest of this article, I will post a link of this on the description section. And do women receive lighter prison sentences than men? If so, why? That's a really good question. The source of this quote over here is from Do You Receive a Lighter Prison Sentence Because You Are a Woman? An Economic Analysis of Federal Criminal Sentencing Guidelines, which is this study here. I'll also post a link of this in the description section as well for those of you who are interested. And as we can see here in the bolded part, it says, our results indicate that women receive more lenient sentences even after controlling for circumstances such as the severity of the offense and past criminal history. And don't be surprised, it's not pro-woman bias on the part of female judges that causes this. It's the paternalism of male judges. Reading, and before I read this part, let's read this part here. Studies of federal prison sentences consistently find unexplainable racial and gender disparities in the length of sentence and in the probability of receiving jail time, and departures from the sentencing guidelines. These disparities disfavor blacks, Hispanics, and men. Let me zoom closer. And men. Now going down to read the bolded part. The findings regarding gender in the case of serious offenses are quite striking. The greater the proportion of female judges in a district, the lower the gender disparity for that district. I interpret this as evidence of a paternalistic bias among male judges that favors women. I swear, there are men who are also part of the problem. I've zoomed in here for this article. It's titled, Men Sentenced to Longer Prison Terms Than Women for Same Crimes, Study Says. This was posted on 2012, in 2012. Okay. If you are convicted, hold on a second. If you're a convicted criminal, the best thing you can have going for you might be your gender. Hold on. A new study by Sonja Starr, an assistant law professor at the University of Michigan, found that men are given much higher sentences than women convicted of the same crimes in federal court. The study found that men receive sentences that are 63% higher on average than their female counterparts. Starr also found that females arrested for a crime are also significantly more likely to avoid charges and convictions entirely, and twice as likely to avoid incarceration if convicted. Wow. Talk about the chivalrous nature of the legal system. Other research has found evidence of the same gender gap, though Starr asserts that the disparity is actually larger than previously suspected because other studies haven't looked at the role of plea bargains and other pre-sentencing steps in the criminal justice system. A 2009 study suggested the difference in sentencing might arise because judges treat women more leniently for practical reasons such as the greater caretaking responsibility. Well, here's the problem. In the study, we also see that a similar observation was made. And I read, besides gender, we find evidence that judges took into account factors such as family circumstances, which are expressly prohibited from consideration when awarding sentences. So therefore the judges could be willing, if this is true, that is, this basically tells us that judges are even willing to do something that they are not supposed to do for the leniency upon women. Now, even assuming that they are doing this because of their greater caretaking responsibility, that is still no excuse to give a woman a lighter sentence for her crime. If a crime deserves an X amount of punishment, then the criminal must get an X amount of punishment. Now, what about the caretaking responsibility? Well, there are other alternatives to that. There are cases where one parent dies and the kids are left with only one parent to take care of them. Do they not manage to survive? Well, they do. Or at least they can manage to survive. It is not a complete impossibility. In fact, as Dr. Warren Farrell mentioned, single dads do a better job of single parenting than even single moms do. you know. And the last part of the article is not relevant to the topic of this video. And I hereby end this video. This is Shake signing off.